this is Gary from 3Bug Media. Today we're going to talk about local justifications in Google My Business, what they are, and how you can use them to get more clicks and more conversions out of your Google My Business listing. So what are local justifications? Well, they're also called snippets. Extra snippets of text Google displays in local Google My Business results to better match search intent to a business. So you've probably seen these before. If somebody does a local search and a local search result shows up with Google My Business listings, depending on the keywords that they're using, businesses in those results may have extra snippets of text matching that search intent. An example would be, say you're a plumber and somebody goes into Google and they search for a hot water heater installation. Now that's related to plumbing, so plumbers are going to show up in those search results. Now, businesses that are going to get local justification snippets in their listing are ones that have hot water heater mentioned under some of the various places where Google will grab these justifications. And if you mention those, then they may show up in your listing. So some of the places where Google will pull this information from are from Google My Business reviews, from your website, from Google My Business posts, Google My Business services that you've added to your listing, menu if you're a food establishment, menus on your website, as well as menus you may have uploaded to Google, or even on a delivery service like DoorDash or Uber Eats or something like that. And also products you may have uploaded to Google My Business, or products that are on your website, or even in-stock notifications. So if you're doing e-commerce and you have a data feed of products with Google Merchant Center, it can also pull information from there. So in the example I just used, if somebody's searching for hot water heater installation, if you're a plumber who has reviews where people mention hot water heater, or you have a hot water heater section on your website, or you've done posts about it before, all these places, Google will scan them, and if there's mentions of hot water heater or hot water heater installation, then your listing may show up with some extra snippets of text, letting people know that your business has something to do with hot water heater installation. So it's a really valuable tool to have, and like I said, there's a lot of different places where Google will grab this information. But let's jump into Google so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about, show you examples, and show you how you can get these justifications to trigger for your Google My Business listing. So now that you know what local justifications are, let's take a look in Google so you can see what they look like on Google, as well as how to do some keyword research so you can get your listing to get triggered with local justifications more often. So the first one we're going to look at here is hot water heater installation. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to the local pack here, and we're going to click View All. So these are local justifications. This icon right here means it's a Google review. He took care of my water heater problem. Same day install of water heater. So basically Google is pulling mentions of people's reviews where they're mentioning, where these plumbing services are mentioning hot water heaters, things like that. So here, review, another review down here. This one right here is pulled from their website. You can see here it mentions, they mentions hot water installation services. Their website mentions insulation and hot water. See, it's pulling information from the website, pulling information from reviews. Let's see if we can see any other sources on here. More website. This one right here is actually a Google post. So even if you post something on Google and you mention hot water or hot water heaters, Google will pull that information as a local justification. So it makes a lot of sense, and it's definitely worthwhile to make sure that you're posting on a regular basis and also posting about the different kinds of services that you offer. So you can see here almost every business has a justification on here, and you definitely get a lot more real estate, and the little icon here helps to make your listing stand out. You can see this one here has no justification, and it really kind of gets lost in between these businesses that have justifications. Let's take a look at another example. Here we're going to look at Best Dentist in Raleigh, North Carolina. And see here, best dentist getting pulled from Google reviews, Google reviews, Google reviews. Their website mentions best dental. Let's see, reviews, website mentions best dental. So it really pays to make sure that you have content on your website, and then you're covering all the different types of service and product offerings that you offer on here, because Google, you can see here, if you connect your website to your Google My Business listing, it's actively pulling that information directly from your website. Let's get another one here, open locked cars near me. So this is going to trigger locksmiths on here. You can see it right here, provides, and this check mark right here is actually a Google My Business listing services. So in your Google My Business listing, there's a section where you can list your services. And you can see here, these top three have listed services for locked out, opening, locked car. So make sure, especially if you're a service-based business, that you're filling that out. You're filling out all the different kinds of services that you offer, because it's another opportunity for Google to pull these local justifications for your listing. You see here another review, a Google post. Let's see, services. So you can see here, Google's pulling information from Google reviews, from Google posts, websites, services, things like that. And if you're doing things like food, it can also pull a menu on there. Let's take a look at one more, buy candles near me. And you can see here, reviews. Their website mentions shop candles. Let's see if we see any other one here. 2 candles smell good. In-store shopping, in-store pickups. Those are attributes in the listing that these retail shops have filled out. In-store shopping, in-store pickup on there. But it really shows you, it pays to really make sure that you keep your listing updated, keep your website updated, and you're adding as much information as possible. So with that said, now that you know what these local justifications look like, how to figure out what keywords that you need to add for your website or Google My Business listing, things like that. So the first thing you want to do is you want to do some competitor research. You want to see some of the bigger businesses, ones that have really strong websites, things like that in your area, and you want to see what they have on there and see what's missing as compared to your website. Okay, so let's look at Morris Jenkins. This is a big HVAC company in North Carolina. Click on services and click on cooling. And let's see what they have here. Air conditioning services, ductless AC services. And if we click on here, you can see here they have kind of these subcategories set up. Air conditioning repair, air conditioning installation, air conditioning maintenance. And if we look at the ductless one, we have ductless mini splits maintenance, things like that. So what's going to happen is Google is scanning these service pages, and if somebody Google's, ductless mini split maintenance plans near me or something like that, Google's going to know that Morris Jenkins has information on this, and it's most likely going to pull that in as a local justification. So take a look at some of your competitors' pages, and then compare it against your own and see what's missing. At the very least, you may want to add some of these additional subcategories on here, and that'll give you more opportunities to get your local justifications added to your listing. Take a look here, furnace services, installation, maintenance, repair, heat pumps, pump installation, maintenance, repair. So they're covering a lot of different kind of subcategories within the main service. And that should tell you that you should be looking at that too. So go through several websites, make a list, and then you can add that information, add that content onto your website. The other thing you can do too is you can go to Google and you can just type in your business and look at the autocomplete on here. So let's see, plumbing companies, plumbing supply, not really too much on there. Let's take a look here. Dentist open near me. Dentist open on Saturdays. That's some information. So if you're a dentist or retail business, maybe your industry typically isn't open on the weekends. So maybe put something on your website, put it on Google My Business that you're open on Saturday, because clearly
people are searching for a dentist that is open on Saturdays. So let's do pizza. Pizza near me. Pizza. Let's take a look at another one. Doctors open near me. Open today. That shows you really need to keep your hours for Google My Business up. But basically do some searches. Hot water heater. Hot water heater to repair cost. Repair, leaking, replacement, installation. So if you're a plumber that offers hot water heater services, these are all keywords that you want to make sure that you include on your service page, because these are things that people are looking for. So spend some time in Google, do the autocomplete, list all the different kinds of services you have, and that should give you a long list of keywords. And then you can go back to your website, add those to your necessary service or product pages, and also work those into Google My Business. Try to get reviews, Google reviews that maybe mention these services and these sub-services that you offer. Do Google posts, things like that. And all of these combined, all of these different sources will greatly increase your chances of getting local justifications added to your Google My Business listing.